came out of a wormhole. We went between and then came through this wormhole into another galaxy in this universe. And I have been cloaked to mask my energy signal. And Gilly told me that we were going to one of Commander Zillion's bases as a follow-up to our show last month. But it's in this universe, not the other universe on the ship where we were last month in August of 2021. Okay, so we are hanging. I'm also with Blue, Mark's dragon, and the two Sophia dragons that they're huge, in case you haven't heard this before in our other shows. The Sophia dragons work with Sophia, Mother, Feminine Christ Consciousness, and they are huge beings that go in and out of light form. And when they're in form, it's a dragon form. The council has used them to triangulate and help with the confusion of the triangulation when we've done our spy missions. But they're with me flanking us right now. So Blue's on my right, I'm on Gilly, and then the two other beings are here. Gilly, are they going to be used for triangulating a signal again? No. They're here to bring the energy field with them. You'll see why. Another mystery, Mark. Okay, are we waiting for a shuttle? And there it is. Okie doke. All right. So, there's a shuttle. How am I going to get in the shuttle? Are you going to fit in that shuttle? No. This is why I normally meet shuttles, like in a planet where I'm on a cliff and I can just step into it. They will put out a little, what the blazes? Oh, they just put out I haven't seen this before. You know, one of those covered chutes that are used for you to get into a plane from the building to the plane. Yeah, they just put one of those out. And Gilly is flying so that I can grab hold of a line and be pulled into it. Wow! Okay.
That's definitely a different way of doing it.
Oh, no. That's a brand new way. We needed a shuttle to get into the bases, Karen. Hello, Galilee. Thank you. Hello, Mark.
Namaste, everyone. Love you all.
So, yes, this was very different. Why couldn't Gilly and I go right into the base? They're not. Their cargo hold wouldn't have been the right energy for the dragons. And yet, we've been on other ships of the reptilians. They're different than the bases. The bases have different biological environments. Interesting. Okay. We'll show you more when we arrive. All right. Hari, thank you for being here as well. Hello, namaste. And who's with you? 3? I'm not getting an image, I'm just getting a figure here. That's because you don't remember this being. Shimmer? It's a shimmer. It's not sparkling energy. And it's not Ariel. Have I met you? Yes, you have. You just don't recognize me. I am the being you met at a meeting one day. But you can't see that my light is 100 feet tall. Oh my gosh. You're the one who, in the middle of the meeting, to assist one of the planets who was asking for support that are under attack from the Dracos, you stood up and you created a light signal back to your planet, a satellite beam back to your planet. And your planet immediately took action to assist that planet's call for help. Yes, that is me. Thank you. I'm so honored to be in your presence again and that you would come and be here today. You will find out why I am here. It is very important.
Namaste. Thank you for assisting us, as I'm sure you will explain.
Yes, I will. And what name that will represent your vibration that we can honor you with? That is a very good question. It would be the easiest thing for you to call me 100 foot. That way you will remember who I am and where you met me. Do you have a name? 100 foot doesn't seem to honor you. What if I call you Light Beam? That would be a way to honor your true essence. I like that even better. Yes, you may call me Light Beam. All right. Thank you. Thank you.
I love that as well.
All right, Light Beam, why are you here? What is it? Can I know that now, or is that going to be unraveled to us? Unraveled. We'll keep you in suspense. All righty. He's learning our ways very quickly, isn't he? That's good drama. Galilee saying the Andromeda Council taught him well. Gee, thanks. Okay. The shuttle Galilee's getting back in, and he's oh, the dragons. Is this where I'm going to meet them afterwards? No. You'll see. Okay. I can say goodbye to Galilee. To Gilly. I wish they had picked different names so I don't get them confused so easily. All right. We're taking off in the shuttle. Carrie is saying, Karen, we have a meetup point with the dragon, so all will be well. Will I have to do that shoot again? No, you won't. Oh, good. That was a little freaky. That was a little scary. Gotta tell you, you didn't want to get sucked out into space and be floating. We would have caught you. Nice to know. Thank you. All right. But I don't have a spacesuit on, so I want to have oxygen. Karen, your cloak provides you oxygen. That is your field. That's why you're put in it. Aha. Oh, Okay. Whenever you're going to be floating in space, you need to have that cloak on.
Mm.
It's what supports your energetics. When you don't have the cloak is when you are immediately going from between into a planet where you will be safe and can breathe and can your bodily functions can continue to operate. That's good to know. Thank you for that clarity. Thank you.
Yeah. I do
All
have
right.
a quick question regarding that.
No.
What is this similar to the technology that our Space Force uses for their suits and other things?
You've seen multiple different suits being used, or suits. You've seen the bubble shrink wrap. You've seen what Karen is put in. There are many technologies that are used, Mark. So, yes, this is one of them, and there are many. All right, we are landing in the base right now. And it's dark. Galilee is saying, Karen, we are in the base, but we are in a containment center. It's a containment. They will have to flush our energy field. They are very careful about what is brought into these. There's no toxins brought in that would be harmful to any of the beings, the species that are in the bases. That's why you couldn't fly right in, because you couldn't have gone into one of these containment centers. It would have killed you. In the shuttle, you can. Aha! Well, that explains it. All right. I'm hearing this huge pressure release lock. It was a lock being released, and the shuttle is raising up it's raising up, and there's a floor coming in under us now. Oh my God, that was really cool. So we flew into this like pressurized vapor lock. It was closed. This was vaporized, and then it was lifted above that lock, and then a floor being brought down that we can now sit on. And what about our bodies? Well, we need to, that same suit technology that they used to capture me or get me, there is a chute that's coming out to connect to that door, to be locked to that door where I came in. We will be walking through this and shrunk wrapped. Now you're going to get that shrink wrap experience again, so that you are in a field. Each of us is in a field that honors our environment and our biological needs, and can exist in this environment, in this space. Mark, this is why we don't come often, because there is a lot of technology needed to have us be present in these bases. The Andromeda Council does use it on a regular basis because we come for meetings with Commander Zillion, but it's often much easier to bring him to our ships because there's only one person that needs to be put in the field versus an entire ship and other beings. So it's a rather evolved technology that we are grateful they have developed, and we don't use as unless necessary. Why is it necessary today? Because Commander Zillion wanted you and Mark to see how much these bases have evolved, or how greatly these bases have evolved. Okay, thank you. I'm psyched. Okay. Who's going first? Galilee's going first.
Mm.
And then how's Light Tower going to come out of here? He can compact his energy. That's why he was compacted in the shuttle. Oh my goodness gracious. Unbelievable. All right. Carrie's telling me to go next. Okay. Galilee's waiting for me. I'm walking out. Oh, it's weird, guys. It's like I'm in a field of light. I can't see anything. Can't see anything. Oh, okay. Ha ha. It's like this tingling, cold essence just flows all around you. Ah, I've never liked cold showers. Okay. Yeah, this is so weird. Whew. Okay. Galilee's telling me to move forward. It's going in an L shape kind of thing. So I'm stepping forward. That chamber's being shut behind me. Oh, okay. This is where it shrink wraps. Oh, okay. Oh, all right. I can breathe. Wow, I feel good. Oh, that's like a shot of vitamin B. Wow. Okay. And now I can step out. All right. Commander Zillion. Namaste. Oh, another hug
Mm.
is good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Namaste. Sending all my
Mm.
love as well, as always. You can feel me as you know. I know you do.
Yes, I always can. Yes, thank you both. I'm so grateful that the Andromeda Council honored my request to bring you here. As Galilee has explained, it is quite a tedious process. It's so much simpler to bring you to one of the ships and have you go through the elevator shrink wrap than this whole project is. However, I have several labs that I want you to see and bring that information back to people. Okay, good. All right, so Kari is through and Light Tower. I've honored our friend with the name Light Tower. Appropriate, very appropriate, but it's a good name to honor him with. Very good. Commander Zillion is getting on his knees. I've never seen him do that to anyone but me. And he is bowing with his head to the ground. Galileus is smiling. May I also call you Light Tower? Yes, I would be honored. And we are honored to have you here. We know how greatly your people have supported our rebellion. They have supported the planets that have been so greatly harmed. You have stood in the wake of tremendous, intense opposition from the Draco species, and you have never stood down. You have never even once said you wouldn't support and help us. Your planet's ability to triangulate signals for us and assist us in this war has been so greatly valued and appreciated and respected. I am so honored that you came to this base to see our work. You have been the best comrade that we could ever have asked for. And you have never, ever once denied us assistance. We honor all beings who serve love and light, because we are light. Our essence is light. We will support any beings who are focusing on light. And we will triangulate our forces against any beings who attempt to destroy light. We thank you for acknowledging us. It is our purpose. It is who we are. We will not stand for anyone destroying light. And we are grateful for your acknowledgement. And we will continue to support you in any way we can, or any species that is serving light. Namaste to you as well. Light Tower just got down.
Thank you, Light Tower. Namaste. Thank you. And your people.
And he is holding his palms out. It's light energy. So he's just surrounding Commander Zillion with light. I don't really know how to describe what it is to look at a light field like this. It's just, they take the shape they need at the moment. All right, the two of them are bowing, and we are all just holding our hands and sending love and light and prayer. And they are rising. Now that the greetings are complete, Commander Zillion is saying, let us go forward and show you what it is we are here today to see. We're moving forward in a tube. It's like it's a hallway. Again, Galilee, is my sight limited by the field that I'm in? Yes, it is, Karen. But this field's different than the suit you were in last time. The suit limited your field because you physically had to put something on. When it's shrunk wrap around you, it is basically a skin. So you can look up and around and see. You're not limited as you would be in a suit. Okay, so what are we in then? It's a tunnel filtration system. Once again, we are being cleansed because the cargo hold has outside energies come into it. Okay. Wow. Is this for certain species that it's being biologically cleansed so well? Yes and no. It's for biological species, but it's also because there's labs here doing so much energetic work, and they can't even begin to take the chance that any energy would come into these labs that would throw off their containment protocols. Got it. Wow, is this the same base we were at before? No, it's different. And that's why, Karen, this is one of the highly secure biological labs. Is it being used as a biowarfare center? Is it being used to develop harmful viruses, bacteria like on Earth? No, not in any way, shape, or form, or we wouldn't be here. Good. It is being used to create ways to save planets, ways to save species, save plants, save evolutionary structures. Oh, then that's right up my alley. Yes. It's being used for humanitarian purposes.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely something which I've been thinking a lot about for quite a while on Earth as well as other planets. and that work is so important. So there really needs to be a lot more education here on Earth to Earth humanity regarding this work and what
All
and how
planets.
we can. Right.
All planets. This is
Yes.
being done on a universal level. Wowza! Wow.
Mm,
How many bases does he have that are doing that? We have 10 of them working on this. Awesome.
mm.
Very great.
Are you? Yeah. Are you working with the ancient of the ancients? Could they be of assistance? Like Tara that we worked with last time?
No, no, they would not be of value for this because we're not bringing back ancient energies. We're maintaining the current energies. So we can
Mm,
work with the current species consciousness that exists on planets now. We don't have to bring back the ancients for that. Okay.
mm.
All right. So we're
Yeah.
opening up into a laboratory now. And I'm speechless. Commander Zillion just turned around and he's beaming a smile. He really has learned to smile. Wow. Amazing. I didn't know he could, that's a huge smile on you. I didn't even know you were capable. I've developed the muscle since met you.
I love it.
He blinked. He winked at me.
Mm,
I am looking at a, a, a jungle. It's a rainforest jungle in this lab. It is
mm,
huge. I feel like I've just entered the rainforest.
mm.
But we're on an
Yeah.
observation deck, so I'm not literally, yes, we cannot be down there because your energy would throw off the balance. Like, this is so
Mm,
contained. Oh my
mm,
God, it's almost like a terrarium. You know, guys, if
mm,
you ever saw one of those terrariums with the bubble where you create the environment and then it creates the mist and the steam within itself, that's what I'm looking at, but it's huge. It's, oh
mm.
my gosh. There's
Yeah. Yeah.
monkeys in the trees. There's vines. It's a replication.
Mm.
Mike, do you have a question?
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing because I know that they've told us how they are the animal species that before they go extinct or are threatened, that they are helping to so they can bring them back. Is this one of those ways in which they can do that?
For everybody listening, Mark is referencing a show we did where we were taken to a ship and they had a hydroponics lab. And they were also working to get all the DNA of all the species so that they could keep species from going extinct. That's what you're referencing, right, Mark?
Yes, yes, and also like in Australia, where they had the massive fires, and as you know, Australia has some very unique life forms, animal species, which they don't have in other parts of the planet, as well as the rainforest, of course, like we're being shown here, and how extremely important that is.
Exactly, Mark. That is what we're creating here on a much larger scale. Because what was being done in the ships was the initial studies and work. But this is the expansion of it. This is the next step.
Mm, mm.
But now,
And
you couldn't take this, hold on, Mark. You couldn't take this work and actually put it onto a planet, right? I mean, how would you We can. These are pods, Karen, that can be brought to a planet and terraformed to the planet. Oh my God. Go ahead, Mark. My mouth is hanging open. Go ahead.
Yeah. Another factor, as you well know, is not only is it the animal life in the rainforest, but there are so many cures and so many other things within the foliage, within the vegetation, within the plants that exist. Maybe the types of mushrooms that exist within the rainforest that are so important for the entire planet and the humans or whatever species are there that is being held back from the Earth's terra humans and so forth. I mean, that's a very important piece as well, as you know.
Yes, it is. And studies are being done on that in this next lab. Okay, we're walking forward. This is unbelievable that they can transport that and move that to a planet. Wowza, wow, wow, wow. Wowza. Okay. Yes. Okay. This looks like what we saw on the other ship. This looks like a hydroponic lab, and there's things like hanging and there's scientists. We are behind a glass wall, so we are separated from these beings. And these beings that I'm looking at are not of humanoid species. They're all the beings that are working in these labs are not humanoid, which is interesting. So, Commander Zillion, that's an interesting thought, because these forms are being used to support humans, and yet species of non-human origin are working on them. Karen, not only humans can use these. You're correct that a lot of this work, the jungle you saw, would be for a humanoid planet. That's not what we would find on our planet. However, some of it is. And we're looking at the possibility, could reptilians live in those jungle formats? And because the temperature is correct and the moisture is correct, we're looking for ways to terraform our planets that have lost its vegetation. And what could we do to bring that source of energy back to our planets, as well as these medicinal capabilities? Our species needs medicine as well. We have similar needs. All of these species that you see that are non-humanoid all have medical needs. So we're looking at how can the plants that support humans also support other species. And what is light tower? You'll appreciate this. What is the light force energy in all of these? And how do we use the light to help honor all species? And Light Tower says, which is why I am here today. Correct, Commander Zillion is saying. So, Light Tower, are you going to stay and work with them on this? No need to stay. I am coming to get a view of what they're doing and a perspective. I am sending images back to my planet as I walk around. They are seeing everything that I am seeing and recording it so that we can then work with Commander Zillion and his teams to assist in the light quotients and light fractals and patterns and calculations that are needed for each of the different species. We are very excited about this opportunity. It gives us a new challenge to focus on and work on. As you can see, we are of the light. We have been through so many challenges, and it gets a little boring when you don't have any new opportunities to create in. We are very excited for this opportunity to create, or co-create, as would be the appropriate term.
Yeah. Of course, Light Tower, Karen and I, and those of us on chair are open to co-create with you and those of your planet as well. Looking forward to that.
Understood. All right. Commander Zillion is moving forward again past this slab. And we are coming into an observation deck. Oh, I'm looking at Carrie. She's super excited. I'm looking down at a garden of food. It's similar to what we saw in Inner Earth that the Anshar created. There's a huge emanation light that was created, a creation light energy, and it's just these vegetables and, oh my goodness gracious, they're vibrant, and flowers and sunflowers and food galore, plant-based food galore. And Carrie, how is this different from what you have? Oh, it's so much more abundant and vibrant. The light frequency, I'm not using the right word. The light barometer.
Light quotient.
The light quotient. Thank you, Mark. Yes. The light quotient in this food is so much greater than what we've achieved. Commander Zillion, this is amazing. Your team has done amazing work very quickly. Again, he's beaming. Yes, we are very happy. And we have been greatly sourced by this food as well. We have been able to, oh wait, this is what you were talking about in the last meeting. Yes, Karen, you caught it. Good. In the last meeting in August, Commander Zillion pointed out to the teams in the other universe that were humanoid type beings that the reptilians were doing work on learning that the energy they would receive from light and love could be far greater for their species than the energy that they received from causing fear. And eating louche is what that fear energy is caused. Pain, fear, negativity is what the reptilians and Dracos fed on, and it's called louche. That was their energy source. Commander Zillion, this is what you're referring to. You're getting the light and the love from these plants and vegetables now, and that is sourcing your species? Yes. Why do you think I can smile this way? It is a far greater source of energy for us. We have all thrived on it. And that is why else we have Light Tower here. We want to better simulate and be able to absorb and digest the light quotient from this energy, from these plants. And once we have developed it for us, we want to then bring that technology to the humanoid species so that you can get away from the massive killing of animals and create a more vibrant light field for yourselves as well, because eating an animal species, when you murder another animal for your well-being, keeps you in a karmic cycle that keeps you in a lower vibration, in a 3D vibration. In 5D, as you've seen from the Anshar and other species you've visited, they are living off of light energy from plants and food. Now, yes, you are killing the plant to absorb the food. And it's not as karmically dense as eating the plants. Our intent is to figure out a way to bring this light force to people without killing. Follow me, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Marcus, we're walking talk.
I have a question. Do you have the giant bees and also the honey that they create here?
That is being worked on in another lab. In this facility, Commander Zillion, or a different facility in this facility. Now, when you say giant bees, we're not necessarily working with giant bees. We're working with bees and honeybees. Because the plants you saw, the environments we're creating are to terraform back the planet. We are not working with species that wouldn't be appropriate for those planets. We are letting that up to the planet to have the giant bees. But that's more of your planets with your giants, and they are not collaborating with us at this time. We have plenty of other things to work on. We hope someday that will happen too. Okay. All right, we're looking at another lab now where they're doing testing, and light towers stepping forward. Oh, this is wonderful. Oh, you guys are doing a great job. What an honor it is to see this. Galilee, what are they doing? I can't figure it out. He's laughing. I'm glad Light Tower is. So, Commander Zillion is explaining to me, Karen and Mark, this is for measuring the light frequency that's coming off of those plants and figuring out how to simulate it into a supplement, basically, into a drink or into a pill, something. However, we haven't disregarded the fact that you could eat the plants either, because there is something about eating and drinking and chewing, and that's important to many species' biological flow in their body until we evolve to the point where we have met other species. You've seen the species that don't have mouths. They don't have teeth. They don't have a structure to chew something because they have evolved to the point of not needing food. We're not there yet. We're looking at the possibilities. Can we create a means to do it, especially when we're in a ship and we don't have the hydroponic lab in the ship? Many of our ships are being transformed so that we have the lab in there, the hydroponic lab that somebody can go in and sit and get the energy, and we have the plants that we can make food from. That is in the process of happening as well in these bases. I am just very honored to acknowledge that all of my team are excited about this project, and they have jumped on full board, fully enmeshing themselves in learning this technology and learning what we need to do to shift it. I thought that I would have resistance. I thought that they would say, no, we're not going to give up our food source. But this collaboration and the cooperation that has occurred has made everybody want a different means of functioning. They have just leaped on board. It has been so, as you would say, Karen, awe-inspiring to see the transformations happening. That is why I felt it was so important from people on your planet, Karen and Mark, to hear this, because you're not seeing a lot of cooperation anywhere on your planet right now.
Mm.
And I have keyed into your energy fields enough to know that you've both been really working hard to lift your frequency every day. And many on your planet has. I mean, the Andromeda Council has been observing too, and the Anshar, and we know that it's very depressing what's going on your planet right now. It's depressing your light, it's depressing your field, it's depressing your spirits, it's depressing your ability to trust and your faith to know that it can be different. And we want you to see what is happening outside of your world, that there is a lot to be hopeful for and a lot to have faith in. And that's why else it was so important to bring Light Tower and introduce him to the people on your planet, to know that there are species out there who are supporting the light. They are valuing anybody who lifts themselves into the light kosha energy. It's so important. It's so very important.
I do have a question. How has, or do you see in a short or long term, the incredible work that you're doing here to adapt it to, say, the Anshar, the inner earth, to our agriculture farms, greenhouses we have on the surface, to the other, like on the medical ship, the hydroponics lab that they have there, and how they can adapt what they're doing there already with what you're doing here to do another step in that. You know, what do you foresee in a short and long term from this incredible work you are doing here?
Galilee is stepping forward to answer. The Andromeda Council is working with them to learn what they've created, and we are looking at where we can first implement. That is a project that is already in talks and discussions. The hydroponics lab that you had seen before has already been updated with this technology, and we are going to work next with the Anshar. That is why Kari is here, to bring this lighter light kosha food to them as well and bring back the technologies there. And as we do each piece of this, each step, we will continue to bring it forward. Right now, we can't bring it to Earth. It would be destroyed. It would be destroyed. It wouldn't make sense to. And we're monitoring the situation to know when we can. So yes, we are implementing this technology where we can at this time.
Yeah. And as you know, I'm open, as well as Karen, to directly support in whatever way we can in a more direct fashion with that work which is being done.
Mark, we know that. There's no need to keep telling us that. We know that. Or you wouldn't be here now. So
right, but so the listeners know that there are other Earth humans like us that will be directly working with that here on the surface. It's not just Karen and me. That's why I say that.
Mark. That doesn't come across, actually. Um, so, so then, why don't we say it this way? Galilee, please have the Andromeda Council let any of our listeners know who choose to ask to help how they can help and support us in this mission. Because Mark and I are doing it every day, and they know that, and we know that. So then the real bottom line is, how do our listeners step in and help? And that would be a way that the Andromeda Council could connect to them. That would be wonderful. That would be wonderful. Okay, so Commander Zillion, is there anything else we need to see today? Is there one more thing? Okay, he's leading us forward. Carrie, you're really excited about this, aren't you? I am. Oh my goodness gracious. This is wonderful. And Mark, to answer your question earlier, we know of several places that we can bring this new food technology in the inner earth, in some of the different areas within inner earth, to other beings and species that can use it. Plus, there are some areas on the planet, on the surface of the planet, that we could bring this technology. For instance, your Native American reservations, they would accept this. They would understand it because they're in tune with Mother Earth and light. That would be a place that we could start it. Yes, the Amazon, where there's tribal communities, we can start it there as well. Unfortunately, there's so many profiteers that have already infiltrated that it's going to be a little challenging. But we have some areas. We could go where the monks are, where you have your pristine areas, and the monks and the nuns are working with the plants and the fields. We could get it there. So there are possibilities on the surface. Okay.
How about like in the mountain areas, as you know, the mountains that I work with and others, perhaps like within a geodesic dome type idea, where you can put it there. This way, it won't necessarily be seen by until the time is right. You know, that's just one idea.
Galilee is smiling and saying that is on the list, Mark. That is on the list. So we have arrived somewhere that I can't figure out what it is. I can't see anything. Oh, Light Tower speaking. Karen, is the Life Force Emination Containment Field. It's Life Force. Commander Zillion, you've done an amazing job. We are so impressed with the technology you have developed. Did you see this somewhere else? How did you know to create this? We saw it on another planetary system. It was one of your species planets. And we realized what it was. And then we just started breaking down how to create it. Once we knew the result, we could then backtrack and see what we needed to do to create the field. This is something else that my team would very much like to talk to you and your species about, to find out if we got it correct or ways to improve it, how we can grow it, and how we can move the energy. That's what we don't know. We figured out how to create it, but now we don't know how to use it. So, would you be willing to work with us on that? absolutely. We'd be honored. Oh, this is
Mm.
wonderful. This is amazing.
Absolutely. Count me in.
Always, Mark. We always know that. Okay. So, is there anything else, Commander Zillion? I keep yawning because my energy is I'm waning, being virtually out this long. So, and the energy field is so different here than it makes it a little more challenging for me. Yes, Karen, we know that. Hopefully one of these days we'll be able to give you a drink and boom. Ah, the
I
fountain of
love
youth.
that idea.
Oh, wow. Me too. Yeah. Where's the water fountain? I want some now.
Mm. Like true ambrosia, as it was truly meant to be, and better.
Shangri-La energy. Okay, this is great. Galilean Courier just cracking up. So Carrie just put her arm around me and said, "Karen, I want some of that water fountain too."
Mm.
Okay, all right. This is so wonderful. I am going to take my leave of the two of you, Commander Zillion is saying. And he's on his knees. Ah, you do not have to do that. I want to be better able to look in your eyes to hug you. Thank you so much for this amazing opportunity. Mark and I are so honored. We are so honored. Thank you. We thank the two of you for all your work and for all that you are willing to do to connect with us and work with us, Mark, for all your abilities to help triangulate the field, for the crystals and diamond matrices that you put up. You have been a tremendous support system in making this all happen with your knowledge of creation energies. So we thank you, we thank you, we thank you both immensely for your work.
I'm looking forward to giving you a Cisco hug, as you know, soon.
Someday that will happen. Yes. Okay. He's getting back up, and Light Tower is going with him to talk. Light Tower, we have honored to have been in your presence again, and honored to work with you and your people in this with the Andromeda Council. Thank you for all you do to support Earth, our solar system, this galaxy. Well, the Milky Way galaxy, because we're in a different galaxy now. We thank you, we thank you, we thank you. It is my honor. It is good to see you again. I felt your energy in that other meeting we were in, and I knew your heart, your consciousness, and your field were in the right place. That is why I trusted to be with you here today. Thank you.
And again, I'd also like to thank you, Light Tower, and for your plan and your race and your love and support. As you know, you have ours as well, as Karen has said. Namaste.
Namaste. Mark, we'll be connecting. Goodbye for now. All right, Galilee is taking me and Carrie back. So we're going back to the shuttle? Yes. Yes, but don't end the call right now, Karen. We're going to get back in the shuttle, and we're going to a ship that's close by. That's where Gilly is waiting for you, Gilly and the other dragons. So we want to have a conversation during that process with you and Mark. All right, we're going through a decontamination chamber again. I wonder, I have to ask that question. Right, it's easier this time. I'm back in the shuttle. and here comes Curry and Galilee, is when we went back through that system, was that shrink wrap removed from us? Yes, it was. Okay, that's what I wondered. Because we don't need it in this environment. This environment's already supporting us. Correct. What about my invisibility cloak that has not been? Well, has that been altered? We will put another one on you before you leave. Yes, it has been altered. Okay, that's what I wondered. All right. Okay, so we're in the shuttle. He's backing out.
Mm.
I
Yeah.
almost wanted to see more of the base, but it's this one is too. It's all contained in these containment chambers, right? Yes, Karen. This is not like the first base you went to. This is completely different, where you could walk into the main room and you were fine. This is not that at all. Everything's contained here. And there are other containment chambers that people have to go through to even get to the other labs, which is what Commander Zillion will do with Light Tower. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. One thing, Karen, which is really amazing with our the updates that we do, is that it educates about the different technologies that are actually used and how they're used up to a point. And so there's a lot of educational components to our monthly updates, which I think is
Exactly.
incredible.
That's the purpose of them. Yep. Yes. That's why I described everything as much as I can, and I ask what it's about so that everybody hears about the technologies that are possible and that are out there being used to date. Oh, well, that's quick. We're already in the cargo hold of the ship. And there's Gilly and Blue and the Sophia dragons. Oh, they've been chowing down. They've been treated very well. There's a team working with them. So they're very happy. It's always good to have a happy dragon. That's always a good thing. So, Galilee's laughing. Yeah, I've met some of those unhappy dragons. People don't want that in their world. All right. So now, you wanted to share something else with Mark and I before I head back. I do. And what I want to say is that the Andromeda Council has been working diligently with your world. And so has Korea and the Anshar. We wanted to give you updates of what's been going on. So I'm going to let Korea go first. We've been doing the meditations regularly, every day, connecting with people. Anyone who is willing to go into a meditation and get themselves connected to the light essence of ground with Mother Earth and connect to the unconditional source of God and the Mother Central Sun, the way you do it, Karen, and the Oversoul, anybody who's willing to do that, which is why else you were guided to do those meditations and record them. When that happens, we connect with beings who are vibrating at that connection level. And we work with them to bring messages. It's tricky, and we know that a lot of people have been educating those on Earth that want to channel, that it's not safe. You have to be very, very, very careful when you channel. So when people use that technology that you created, the ability to put themselves in a frequency pattern that emulates with all of those sources, that is how we know they're ready to hear from us. So we want the listeners to know that is what it will take if you want to do the work. As Mark pointed out earlier, how do others work with you? That's how. That's how we will connect with you. Then we know that you're serious. Then we know that you are of the vibration that can hear the information and utilize it. So that's what I wanted to bring forth for everyone. Thank you, Curry.
Thank you, Curry. Curry, I am open and receptive, as you know, to whatever visual imagery or ideas you have for me to create some guided meditations, perhaps with some of the photographs that I've taken or will be taken, videos of the river and so forth, to further educate the other Earth surface humans to understand and to work with that in a more conscious way. So I'm looking forward to working with your teams with that.
Excellent. Thank you. Okay. Galilee is saying, and the Andromeda Council. The Andromeda Council has been working diligently to work with the vibrations on the planet. As we have mentioned before, your meditation, Karen, holds the field. It lifts people out of the density of the demolition of the negative and the old. It's very important to keep maintaining that field every day. We have been working with that to the best of our ability. We're not hands and feet on ground. So it's much more important that all your listeners do this kind of work. Hold the field. Again, the meditations are there. You just have to listen to them, follow them. Listen to them, and while you're listening to the 10-minute meditation, you see it. You see the field. You see what's being created. That's what's the most important thing right now. We have been able to shift some of the vibrational frequencies that are coming onto the planet. Galilee, is it true that they took down the satellite system that was keeping negative energy, a negative energy field on the planet? Yes, it is true. However, you've all been programmed so long. It's like the flea that won't jump higher than where the roof used to be. You are all so programmed to think in one manner that you're not realizing you're free to do something different. And that's the next step for us to work on, is to shift that vibration. Again, as you pointed out, there's so much chaos and negativity on the planet right now. It's keeping everybody down. And it's, again, the ceiling's gone. You can jump higher, but all the negativity is keeping you all stuck in old patterns. So, again, your work, Mark, very important in this strategy to maintain that your triangulation work, the diamond matrix work, and creating a field that has people know that they can step out and be safe. So that's what we wanted to talk with the two of you about.
Now, is there anything you'd like to share regarding the Jupiter meetings that Karen and I have heard about, and the progress that has been made?
There is a lot of progress. That's for another show.
Okay.
Commander Zillion asked to trump that show. He wanted to be ahead of it. He was so excited to have you see what he was doing, especially after the last session. So we can bring the Jupiter meetings into the next month's show and tell you more then. Hopefully we'll have better answers and understanding of whether or not the meetings were valuable. So we'll know more next month. Thank you for bringing that up and giving people a heads up of what's coming.
Mm.
So,
and yeah, and as you know, Karen and I are there to support all of that as well, as you know.
We always know that. Thank you. Okay. It's time for Karen to go back. She needs to get back and get grounded from this experience. So, thank you all for your support. Thank you, Curry. Thank you, Galilee, and for the Anshar and your meditation groups and the Andromeda Council and all you do for all the planets that the Council supports throughout this universe. And now others. You've gotten pulled into other universes now. Or have you been for a very long time? We have been, and the work is growing. So we are thrilled with all the councils we've been working with. Do you work with the Galactic Council of Light? Absolutely, yes. We do. Okay. I thought so. Right?
I'm looking forward to giving each of you a great big physical hug and co-creating together as we have been doing in a whole new level.
We are doing a lot. We are accomplishing much right now, and it's one step at a time because this chessboard keeps shifting. So
definitely.
We are thankful for all that we've accomplished, and there's much more to come. Namaste to both of you. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank
Namaste.
you. Namaste, Korea. Thank you. With that, I'm going to remind everybody that Mark's information is in the show notes of how to contact him and his work. And you can go to my website via the YouTube page and see more of my work. And we will, if you please, just like the show, share it with others, subscribe. That supports this work getting seen, heard, and known out there. For those who wish to, there's a Patreon group, and you can sign up for my newsletters through my website so that we can continue to do this work and bring it forward. I am moving and will be in a new home environment next month, which will be so much more supportive of me being able to do more work and update the website. So it's coming probably more in 2022 till I create this new space, a new home, and it's happening. So I'm excited for all of that and for the new possibilities that are coming forward. Thank you all for your love and support. Thank you for being willing to do the meditations and connect like Kari shared today, that you can be part of it, the process too. And just doing the mass meditation effect every day, that's huge. That's huge. That supports the planet immensely in all this chaotic demolition of coming down, bringing down the lies, and the truth rising and shining. So we can all live in 5D. All right, guys. Thank you for listening. Take care. Have a wonderful month, and we'll see you next month. Bye.
Namaste.